Learning to trust your gut is a skill. For a long time, the majority of my life, I did not trust myself. I made fear-based decisions. I didn't realize I was making fear-based decisions at the time. They seemed very logical, but looking back, I realized that they were fear-based. And now I don't live that way. Now I make faith-based decisions. And that has nothing to do with religion. I'm talking about faith in myself to make the right decisions and the right choices for me in my life. Um, and so looking back, the fear-based decisions, it wasn't like I was walking around scared. That's not what I'm talking about. But I made decisions that seemed very logical on the surface. But in reality, they were just not in alignment with who I wanted to be and yeah, just who I was at the core. And these decisions, they kept me in scenarios way, past a healthy time. It kept me in EMS much longer than was healthy for me and my, mental and physical well-being. It kept me in relationships much longer than was healthy for me or the other person, because I was just scared to leave because even though these scenarios weren't healthy for me, they felt safe because it's what I knew. And that stepping out into the unknown was so terrifying. I would have rather stayed in the pain of my present than stepping into the pain of the unknown, the potential pain of the unknown. And that all changed. And what really changed for me is first, I quit avoiding the pain. I quit numbing to, the feelings that I didn't want to feel. I quit avoiding the things that I just didn't want to deal with. And by allowing myself to feel those pain points in my life, it allowed me to actually get connected with my body and understand the sensations, like my body will tell me like this is not where I should be or this is good for me, and I trust that feeling now. And so yeah, first I stopped numbing the pain. That was the first step. And then it was practice, and it's still continually a practice. There are moments where I'll have a knee-jerk reaction and I make a fear-based decision and I can feel it immediately. Like, that's not right. That's not the right decision. And so at that point, lots of times I'll write it down and write down what the scenario is, getting it out on paper. I can then determine what the fear is behind it. And then I can make the right decision on what to do next. Because I used to live in anxiety all the time of the future, like what the future was going to look like and trying to control the future. And the control freak in me wanted to control all that. And now I don't live that way, because I trust myself to make the right next decision. And I know if I make the next right decision, then the future will turn out the way it's supposed to be. So I want to tell a quick story about like how this has transpired in my life. Last year, whenever COVID hit, I lost half my clients overnight. And being a single mom with only one income, that's a scary thing because my bills did not get cut in half overnight. And so it was like, what am I going to do for money, And so I had a friend who they have a business that's kind of recession proof, and they offered me a position in that business. And like, I had a knee-jerk reaction, like, that makes sense. I should do this because that will provide steady income for me. And it sounded like the logical thing to do. But I sat with it and really thought about it and really, imagined myself in that position. And it's not that that position didn't have merit and I wouldn't be doing something productive or helpful in the world, but that was not in alignment with me and my purpose in this life and why I am here on this earth and, the things that I am to do. And I knew that. And I knew that even if I took that position and I was, helping people in a different way and like I had steady income and I'd be able to whatever, buy all the things or whatever, there would be a part of me that was just unfulfilled, and it would just eat away at me. And I knew that. And so, I was extremely grateful to be given that opportunity to even consider, but I turned it down. And, by me saying no to that, even though it didn't seem logical, it actually opened up energetically opportunities for me. Suddenly, I had literally had multiple clients, new clients contacting me out of the blue. And, I was able to survive like this last year. And I've seen this play out in my life over and over and over. I've, said no to relationships that on paper, like, that it should be right. This should be the right thing. But my inner knowing just knew it wasn't right. And by doing that, it allows new opportunities for, different relationships to show up. And I mean, it happens in just so many ways in my life. And so I don't know why I wanted to record this, but this concept of like a faith-based decision was never presented to me growing up. Like, that was never something, it was always the logical thing, the thing that you can control, that's what was always presented to me. And a lot of the people in my life don't understand my decisions. And that's okay. It's not their path to take. And, this is my job, is to make the next right decision for me. And I don't have to explain it to anybody. And that's it. And every time that I do that, it builds that like inner knowing muscle just a little bit more. And so if I can do it with the small things in life, I know I can do it with the big things in life. And so, yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know, put that out there for anybody who is questioning, just that voice inside their head, they're just questioning that. Listen to it, trust your gut, and write it out. Figure out what the fear is behind the decisions that you're making. And once you shine a light on that fear, it takes the power away from it. And I don't know, it just gives you your power to overcome it. So, all right, I hope that's helpful, not too woo-woo. Anyways, I am always here. I am rooting for you. Message me or, comment below anything that you want to say about this, and we'll talk soon.